all three of these images right here. I'm doing a shift click, and we're going to do an awesome panorama. If you plan on doing these, one of the things that you probably will want is a nice tripod. You take a photograph, you move to the left or to the right. You take another photo, you move, photo, move, photo, move. You have an overlap between each one where it can, in a sense, stitch them together. So these are a panorama of San Francisco Bay. I want to put these into a panorama. How do we do that? Well, go up to the word Enhance on the pull-down menu and go down to Photo Merge Panorama. So many cool things in here. I want to tell you, they really are amazing. And the panoramas that we do now are like light years ahead of what we did just a few years ago, because there's so much artificial intelligence in there blending them all together for you. It's really cool. So use what? Files or a folder. How about Add Open? Fine, I'll use that. You have Auto, Perspective, Cylindrical, Spherical, Collage. Collage is kind of like sticks them up there like a collage. Reposition. You have different options. 9 times out of 10, if what you're trying to do is a left to right panorama, leave it right on auto. You're going to be fine. I do want to blend the images together. If there's a vignette around them, do you want it to remove that? Well, we don't have one, so it doesn't matter. Geometric distortion correction is something I leave off unless I don't like what it did, and then I'll come back and turn it back on, because a lot of times it just does some pretty wonky things for me. So all we've done is select our Pan 1, Pan 2, and Pan 3. We said blend the images together on auto. Get yourself a cup of coffee and click OK. Now, would you like to automatically fill in the edges of your panorama? Now, you will notice on these, there is some areas that it didn't quite get because it had to move the images in a sense to kind of get them together. Now, sometimes those areas are going to be much bigger. So I'm thinking, okay, it's going to use artificial intelligence to try to patch those areas. Why not? Say yes. That is cool. Now, if we do this, they are in one layer up here. Let's turn that off. If I do this, you can see what it did to put them together. And it didn't use perfectly straight lines. As a matter of fact, let me do this. Let me double click here and bring this up a bit so we can see it. There we go. Look at that. Now, the older system years ago, what it used to do is just cut a straight line and glue them together. This system kind of follows things like roads or just contrast variations. So it makes it almost literally impossible for the human eye to see where they begin and where they end. That is so cool. The beauty is we still have our original images here with the mask, and then we have this one up here. So if we don't like it, throw it away. But creating panoramas, to me, requires more work on your part in terms of steady photographs, overlapping areas, tripod, whatever you want. You could do a 360 if you wanted to. Amazing feature, easy to use. Panoramas. Tell you what, let's close. And I'll tell you what, we're not going to save these unless you want to. Now, you might be working on one of your own, and I'd totally recommend to you, go out, get your camera, put it on a tripod, go out in your backyard and do a panorama. Why not? Okay, there you go. We're back in the organizer.